Round number two. Round number two, us in Philadelphia. I will obviously be making no lineup changes whatsoever. We will very much stick with Rob Tallis as our goalie after that incredible performance, all 5'11" of him. Philadelphia. We know they have Lindros. What do their lines look like, though? LeClaire, who had 9 points in 6 games. Lindros, who had 8 in 6. And Mikhail Renberg with 4 points in 6 games. Dale Hawerchuk, R.I.P., 4 points in 6 games. Brendan Moore had 8 in 6. And Trent Klatt with 4. Third line, Sean Padine. 2 points in the 6 games. 4 points for Joel Otto. And Dinas Zubris with 1. And a fourth line, as Snipe mentioned, all enforcers, Daniel LaCroix, like the water, who the fuck cares? 1 point in 6 games, 10 pims. 2 points for Dan Kordich. Scott Daniels, no points in round 1. The defense is Peter Svoboda, 4 points in round 1. Next to Eric Desjardins. Chris Therien, 1 point, +5, 14 pims with Yanni Niinimaa. And a third pair of Carl Dykhouse with Kevin Haller. The goalie, Ron Hextall, what a 909. I am in danger. They also have Pat Falloon scratched. I am in danger. I think the game delayed the playoff ass-kicking by 1 round. It is game number 1. Second round against Philadelphia. First period, 1-0 Flyers, John LeClaire. I clearly should have started Ranford and then switched out to Tallis. Second period, 2-0 Philadelphia, Dale Hawerchuk. Beating them in shots, but we're down by 2. Going into the third period. Power play. Extended power play. Longest power play of all time. Nothing. Yanni Niinimaa scores, and that should do it. Power play chance, nothing. We're waving the white flag. 3-0 is the final score. A 31-save shutout for Ron Hextall. Oof. Simfork, I wish you luck. We'll go to game number 2. We'll keep everything the same. This isn't looking very pretty. First period, 1-0 Philadelphia. We have yet to score in 4 periods of play against Hextall. Brendan Moore scores on the power play. Second period, 4-0 Philadelphia. Klatt and Brendan Moore both on the power play. Zubris. 6 shutout periods to start this series for Hextall. The Flyers up 4-0, and in the third period, it ends up being 6-1. It took until midway through the third period of game 2 for us to score our first goal of this series. Ron Hextall, beaten by Rick Tocchet. Otto and Zubris at 6-1. We've been outscored 9-1 over the first 2 games, and are down 2-0. Good Lord. Good Lord. We'll go best lines again and see if it changes anything. I think it's swap Dodgers and Kennedy. And indeed, we'll give Bill Ranford another opportunity here. But we are looking dead in the water. Absolutely dead in the water. Whew. Game number 3 on home ice. If we have any chance to get back into this series, this is it. First period. 4-2. Harkins, Tocchet, McLaren, and Harkins again. Klatt and Podine with the goals for the Flyers. We have scored 4 times as many goals in the first period of Game 3 as we scored combined through the first 2 games of the series. Second period, and we're tied. You knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming. Zubris and Lindros were tied at 4, heading into the third period because Bill Ranford couldn't stop a beach ball. Power play, nothing. Power play, nothing. Steve Hines makes it 5-4. Thank God. Power play for the Flyers. Nothing. 3 minutes to go. And thank God we take game 3. We almost blew it, but we win it 5-4. 2 goals for Harkins. Donato with 2 assists. And we get the win. Our offense finally shows up. As, by the way, the Blackhawks are up 3-0 on LA. Colorado up 2-1 on Detroit. As are the Sabres, 2-1 over the Islanders. I am going to put Robbie Tallis back in. I know Ranford just got us the win, but he has an 806. He has an 806 save percentage through 2 games. 62 shots against, 50 saves, 12 goals in 2 games. Robbie Tallis is back in for game 4. Let's see what we can do. Can we get back into this series? First period, goalless. 17 shots to 4. Ron Hextall standing on his head. Second period, 2-0 Boston. Jean-Yves Roy and Adam Oates. 28 shots to 11. We go to the third up by 2. That was good. Dude, that wouldn't have been good in frickin' 1937, let alone 1997. Goodness. Goodness. Howard scores. The Flyers on the board and back to within 1. Please, God. Please. 2 close games, but the home team is yet to lose. We win 2-1. Robbie Tallis. Great performance. Ray Bourque with 2 assists. And we have tied this series up at 2 apiece. The Blackhawks punched their ticket to the Western Conference Final. The Sabres 1 win away from doing so themselves. Game 5. This is huge. Have a feeling whoever wins this series. First period, 1-0 Philadelphia, Eric Lindros. Second period, 2-0 Philadelphia, Mikhail Renberg. We go to the third. We go to the third. Jeff Odgers, of all people, gets the goal. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see it. Power play, no dice. Come on now. Come on. Please. Please, it's not too late. It is too late. 2-1 the final score. Great performance for Hextall. And, yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Big time trouble. We will go. Sorry, I haven't made an adjustment to one of my lights here. Nope, sorry, that one. There we go. But yeah, we're in big trouble here. Big trouble. Game number 6. Game number 6. The winner plays the Sabres in the conference finals. Colorado up 3-2 on Detroit. Back home in Boston. Here we go. First period, 1-0 Bruins. Rob DeMaio on the power play. Second period, goalless. We go to the third. Up by 1 in a must-win Game 6. Or the Flyers will play the Sabres. Steve Hines makes it 2. Mikhail Renberg scores on the power play to get one back. Still got a long way to go. 6 minutes. Are we going to Game 7? Yes, we are. Game 7, Bruins and Flyers. Robbie Tallis, great game. Hextall had a great game too. Winner goes to the conference finals. Chicago will play Colorado. And the winner of this game here will play the Buffalo Sabres in the Final Four. First period, goalless. 8 shots apiece. Second period, goal apiece. Don Sweeney and fucking Jack Daniels, whatever the hell his name was. Scott, I don't know. Third period, we're tied at 1. Game 7. Power play for the Flyers goes to waste. Another power play chance for Philadelphia. They can't capitalize on that either. 8 minutes to go. Next goal is going to win this. Power play goal for the Flyers. They score. Eric Lindros. Eric Lindros gets the goal that could seal the deal for Philadelphia. Oh, we played with fire. We gave them too many power play chances. And here we go. We have 3:56 to save our season. We need a goal. Joel Otto loses it to Stais. Donato can't hold it. Good block. Stais couldn't handle the rebound though. Podine for Kordic. Podine again for Therrien. Really struggling to get possession here. Podine can't get the shot off. It's not even one of their higher lines. We're getting hemmed into our own zone. Hines can't get rid of the puck. Does find Donato. 1:45 on the clock. Donato in front. Looked like a hold to me. Hines. Stais. Bourque is wide open at the point. Please, God, get it to Ray. Donato. Nowhere to go. Panine has trouble. Hines turns it over. Donato down low. Donato for Bourque. And he threw on a backhand like a goof. Oates. So we pull the goalie. Hines loses it. It goes all the way down. Shajan Panine, pretty much. Gotta love the spelling. Here's Hines. Toe drag. Nowhere to go. Stumble! Hextall with the stop. We gotta call our timeout. Minnie, what's up? We have 24 seconds to save our season. 24 seconds here. Oates and Lindros on the draw. Oates wins it. Stais for Bourque. To Donato. Back to Bourque. Stais turns it over to Leclaire. Why didn't Ray shoot? Leclaire misses. Here's Bourque. God, of all people, let Bourque shoot the fucking thing. Stumble to Donato. Donato, a little bit of space. Couldn't get the pass through. Leclaire for Lindros, and that's it. The Flyers win it in 7. They'll play the Buffalo Sabres in the conference final. Like I was begging them to pass it to Ray. They do. And then Ray elects to not pull the trigger. And essentially hands the responsibility off. Philadelphia wins it in 7. We get bounced. It's amazing that team even made the second round, but heartbreak. Heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak. Bourque had 7 points in 12 games, but man, the problem is, like, there really wasn't a great defense. Like, this team overperformed. It's not a great team on paper. It's really not. Tallis had a 933. Hussar, I am aware. Indeed, it's a weird trade. Damn. So Philadelphia plays Buffalo. Chicago plays Colorado. 1-1 split for both teams. Colorado now up 2-1, as is Buffalo. 2-2 split. Chicago and Buffalo both up 3-2. Game 7 in the West. Buffalo going to the Stanley Cup Final out of the East. And it will be Colorado and Buffalo in the Stanley Cup Final. The Sabres, led by Pat LaFontaine. Brad May, Wayne Primo, Rob Ray on the fourth line. I mean, the defense isn't overly special. It's Dominik Hasek. He has a 935. He had a rough regular season. He's turned it around. And, oh man, wow, it is Hasek versus Waugh. Forsberg, Sakic, and company for Colorado. Ozolinsh and Foote. It is indeed Hasek versus Waugh in the Stanley Cup Final. Let's see who wins it. 1-1 split to the first 2 games. Colorado wins game 3, 3-2. Buffalo wins game 4, 3-2. Game 5 to Buffalo, 3-2. Game 6 to Buffalo. The Sabres win the 97 Stanley Cup. Dominic Hasek and company denying the Colorado Avalanche. The Buffalo Sabres and Dominic Hasek get it done, winning the 97 Stanley Cup. After Mario Lemieux won the Art Ross, as well as the Hart. Phil Housley won the Norris. Lady Bing the Pavel Bure. Calder, of course, doesn't matter, but it did go to Bure. Hasek wins the Conn Smythe to the surprise of nobody. After Waugh won the regular season Vezina. Lemieux ended up winning the Selke, as well as the Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard. Just pure dominance from Mario Lemieux. Pure dominance. What was the year Hasek got robbed by the Stars? 99. 99. Finland gets the #1 pick. Good old Finland. Who's going to retire? I can't imagine anyone. Yeah, I was going to say no one's going to retire at the end of season 1, I presume. So we go to the draft. We won't take it overly serious, but we'll at least see how round 1 goes. I'm not even going to really worry about our pick. So Joe Thornton went to the Finland Firebirds, first overall. Patrick Marleau goes to the North America Future Stars. Brian Campbell to Tampa. Marian Hossa to the Germany Eagles. Roberto Luongo to Anaheim. Those were the big names out of this particular draft that Snipe was able to add in. Roberto Luongo to the Ducks. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? Let's go ahead. I'll text. What's up, man? Let's go ahead and I'm going to turn on AI trades. And we also want to turn on auto sign free agents. I am going to just kind of let the AI do its thing in terms of setting up the rosters. And we'll see what the teams look like heading into season 2. So I'll let the AI do what it's got to do. All text. It's impossible to not have fun on franchise unless, you know, your team gets pooped on. As Adam Oates ends up leaving the Bruins. Big yikes. We'll send the next season. And let's see what the teams end up looking like. Oh, good. We signed Shane Churla. That'll help us. That'll help us. God damn. Was that it? Did we not really sign anybody? All right, and to the beginning of the regular season, Ray Bork's still on the team. We will send to the beginning of the season, and we'll see what the AI set up for teams here. What are the rules here? No particular rules. We're only doing a little bit of a test run. This isn't anything long-term. So the AI set up our roster. Oh my god, so the AI just totally blew it. We signed Jody Shelley. Okay, so don't let the AI control your roster, is what I've learned. Don't let them do it. The defense is exactly the same. It's still Ranford and Dallas. Let's see what the AI rosters look like heading into this next season. So the Ducks, or not the Ducks, oh, that's right, because the Ducks end up being down here for some reason. So the Ducks, Correa, Ruchin, Solani, Jean-Francois Jeanfay, I don't know. Kevin Todd, Joe Sacco, Christian Jury, Volk. AI aren't very good at signing people. Slager and Olesen, Soleil, Karpa, Van Imp, and Marshall. So use the AI to get rid of Adam Oates, basically. Gihebe and Mikhail Shatalenkov. Warren Reichel, Brent Hughes as the scratches on Anaheim. Let's go back to the top here. For Buffalo, Burge, LaFontaine, Daw, Grosick, Plant, Audette. No major signings. Well, no, Matthew Barnaby was there too. No major signings for the Sabres. They kept their team pretty much the same. And they do have Colton Pullman. Hasek's still there. Steve Shields. They have Brian Holzing as a script. So even with Snipes rosters, you can't stop the AI from being dumb and not playing their best players. Iggy's up to an 87 for Season 2. T-Top, Sullivan, Cruz. Like I said, I'm really only looking for like major free agent signings. Byron Defoe ended up going to Calgary. Let's see, Chicago. Jamnoff's a 90. Bob Probert. Jim Cummins on the same line. Jesus. Got Suter and Chelios still. Keith Carney. Goalie-wise, Ed Belfour at an 88. Yeah, is dumb in NHL. Yeah, who could imagine? Forsberg's a 94 for the start of Season 2. They also signed Denis Savard, or at least acquired Savard from Chicago. Ozelinch Foots. Goalie-wise, Waugh kicking in at a 95. It's ridiculous. Czechs. Craig Conroy, Hayduk, Ruzicka, David Vaborny. Defense, Spacek, Kabina. Caberlet is still there. Or Caberlet's there now, I should say. Czechmanik and Prusek. Like I said, I wanted to see how these teams would change heading into Season 2. Madano's a 90. I don't remember if he was. They have Yuri Lettinen on the fourth line, so good to know the AI is still incredibly dumb. He is probably their fourth best. Or he's not even their fourth best. He's like tied for their highest rated right wing on the fourth line. Hatcher, Zubov, Sador, Matvichuk, Turek, and Bob Essenza. Oh, let's see. Detroit. Still sick heading into Season 2. They also signed Glenn Murray, for God's sakes. That team's probably going to win the Cup this year. Lidstrom, Konstantinov. Coffey's an 88. Mike Vernon and Glenn Healy in goal. Dandino, Malpe, and LaPointe all scratches. Look at Detroit hoarding talent. Ryan Smith's an 85. And Kelly Buckberger. McGillis. Tied for the highest rated defender on Edmonton. Still have Cujo at an 86. So I'd like to see how these teams change. Finland, rocking Brian Bellows, Robert Lang, and Joe Thornton. Ola Jokinen. Defense, Timonen, Rafalski, Ludman, Salos, Skrashinch, and that dude. And the Finland Firebirds signed Chris Osgood. Love to see it. Love to see it. Panthers. I don't believe there are any major signings here. Unless you want to count Craig McTavish. Got Jovanovski still on defense. Goalie, piece of shit. Mark Fitzpatrick. Germany. No major signings for the Germans either. That looks to be pretty similar. Out to Billy Sweezy. God, that Germany team's going to suck. Hartford with Shanahan, Castles, Deneen. That's still about the same. So, I mean, there were definitely some changes. Nothing too ridiculous so far. Got Burke and Manny Legacy in Hartford. Louis DeBrusque went to the Whalers. Olczyk and Ray Ferraro on the same line in LA. Love to see it. Blake, you got Philippe Boucher there. A 60 overall 18-year-old. All right, yeah, these rosters could be fun. Sett and McLennan. The Ducks we already looked at. Montreal, Rashinsky. There we go. I mean, man, look at that line. Rashinsky, Turgeon, Recchi. Whew. And then Savage, Koivu, Bure. Dom Foose with Darcy Tucker on the third pair. Goalie-wise, again, T-Ball and Theodore's almost taken over. You basically have the choice if you use Montreal of who you want to start. North America's got Savard, Cullen, Dumont still, Marlowe, and Briere. These downloadable. They are. If you're on Series S or X, search Snipe and Score. You will find these. Again, these are not the default rosters. We are in Season 2 of a little test run here. Just kind of messing around, seeing what Seeing what can happen, at least. Not what will happen, but what can happen after one season. Like Peter Inachak, or Inashak, however the hell you say that, going to New Jersey. Sullivan, Ralston, Guerin, Bobby Halik. Got Scott Niedermeyer, Jason Smith, Stevens. 1 year left on Brodor's deal until he gets paid $15 million. Islanders, Todd Bertuzzi, Travis Green, and Ziggy Palffy. Love to see that. Find next gen desperately. Funny thing is, I keep seeing Series S's at my my local Walmart. I'm just not desperate enough to buy them and try to frickin' price gouge people. Salo and Casey, I've only seen one Series X in the wild, and I already had mine at that point. I've never seen a PS5 in the wild. I don't think anybody has. Rangers, Robitaille, Gretzky, Kovalev still. Messier stayed in New York. That's where Rick Tocchet went. With Adam Graves. Good lord. Leach and Svela. Bukaboom and Samuelson. That's just murder on a line. Richter and Cloutier. Sens. Alfredson and Yashin still there. Of course, Alex Day. Radek Bonk. Paul Laus left Florida. Went to Ottawa. Tugnut and Tabarachi with the Sens. Philadelphia, Leclerc, Lindros, Renberg. Brendan Moore, Adam Oates went to Philly. If you can't beat him, join him. It drops Howard Chuck down for Trent Klatt. Jesus. Poor Pat Falloon, still a healthy scratch. Donald Brashear was there too. Coyotes have Kachuk, Janny Gartner, Shannon, Ronning, Ronick, my god. Doan's on the third line. Goalie-wise, Hobby Boolin's still there. It's just gross. Pittsburgh, Nedved Lemieux, Yager, McGinnis, Francis. My god. And that's where Sheldon Kennedy ended up, was in Pittsburgh. See, I don't know if there are any like gigantic free agents that you're going to consistently see move. Datsuk's up to an 80. The end of season 1. Lower Hill, if you mean an hour ago, then yeah. You're in the Bach off Eliza, what's happening? San Jose. Yeah, no major acquisitions for the Sharks either. Owen Nolan, still there, of course. Kelly Rudy, Chris Terreri in goal. So Rudy ended up in San Jose. St. Louis looks honestly kind of dire, but they do have Tony Twist. That's all that matters. Still have Pronger, McInnes, Luke Richardson ended up there. Grant Fuhrer and Dwayne Rollison. Mark Bergevin as a scratch. Love to see it. The old Swedish team. Oops. Hedberg ends up being an 85. Good lord. Tampa. Cicerelli at an 87. Damon Lankow at an 82. But for the most part, again, that team is absolute trash. You do end up with that very young Brian Campbell. Darren Pupa. Corey Schwab. Again, you got to have some real-world minor league guys to help fill stuff out. But Gilmore, Sundin, Wendell Clark, top line still in Toronto heading into Season 2. That's where Jeff Odgers ended up. Schneider and Murphy. Potvin and Cousineau still. Todd Warner's a scratch. That's brutal. Mogilny, Lyndon Bure in Vancouver. Still just gross. Absolutely gross. Lumana Coyne, Babbage, and Hedekin. Clean and Hirsch. Honestly, Vancouver should do pretty damn well in Season 2. They won the Presidents in Season 1. And then, of course, the legend Anson Carter. If you use Snipes' 97 rosters, what have we learned? Get Anson Carter. Do it. Bees fan and Q's. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Gonchar and Housley. So yeah, like I said, I just kind of wanted to take a look, just because I have so much going on. I don't know if I can do an outright full run with these 97 rosters, but of course, as a favor to Snipe, I wanted to do whatever I could to continue to kind of shine a light on what is possible. And again, there are a lot of options that you can use both of his 97 and 07 rosters. And again, his 2011 rosters will be out soon. Of course, I'll be putting this up on YouTube later. By the time this ends up on YouTube, those 97 or the 2011 rosters might even be out. But again, Series S or X roster sharing, download files, and yeah, you'll see them. I mean, again, Snipe and Score is the name you want to look out for. Also, hey, support me. Support Tactics. Do it. Do it. Support the boys. Support the fellas. Do it.